Welcome to Exchange Yourself podcast. If you want to learn more about Erasmus Plus opportunities for youth, you're in the right place.
So, hello everyone, my name is Rafal, and today we are going to talk in our podcast a little bit about how to prepare for a Erasmus exchange program, especially those short-time mobilities. With me today, there are Veronika.
Hello, everyone.
And Giuseppe.
Hi, Rafal. Hi, everyone.
So maybe before we start, let's introduce yourself to our audience a little bit, like a few sentences maybe.
So, as we said, my name is Veronika. I'm from Macedonia, and this is my third Erasmus Plus project.
Hi, guys. Again, I'm Giuseppe, and this is my first Erasmus project.
So now you know our guests, and if you are listening to us, I suppose that you have already chosen your projects and you already applied for it, chosen it, and you are just wondering how to prepare for it, to experience it in the best possible way. So maybe let's start with most typical question. So what to bring with you, what to take with you for such a kind of mobility? So Veronika, could you help us with that?
Yes, so when thinking about this, I definitely suggest to first check the info pack because the organizer probably put some important information there. Maybe they require you to bring something specific like a sleeping bag or a towel. So you definitely need to see this. And also, when going to this other country, you need to check the place where you're going as well as the weather and bring clothes for that occasion. So you'll need some more comfortable clothes for the sessions and some nicer ones for the evenings and for the city.
Oh yes, the weather, we argue a little bit during our stay here because we are in Poland right now and we are actually the participants of one of the Erasmus projects, like this kind of mobility exactly. And yeah, we argue a little bit what we perceive as a warm temperature, actually. So Veronika, have you prepared accordingly to the weather that you found here in Poland?
Well, because of my previous experience with not packing the right things, now I came prepared. I actually asked ChatGPT. I told him where I'm from, and I told him where I'm going and when, and he basically made me a list, and I packed everything that it said.
Yes, ChatGPT is a powerful tool, but sometimes it's good also to hear something from our experts. That's what I would say. Okay, let's move further because this is not everything that has to be said about what to bring. Because every kind of mobility, like Erasmus mobility, collects gathers people from different countries, and there is one event that is constantly there, which is International Culture Evening, when we present our countries and can learn about customs, food, etc. And to be honest, it's my favorite event of any kind of project like this, and my favorite evening of it, of this. So, how to prepare for that?
So I'd say to first sit with yourself and think about what you love about your own country. And then think maybe about the food that you eat regularly with your family and make a list of things that you want to tell these new people about your country. Then you really need to discuss it with your own national team and you make some idea about how are you going to organize it. So maybe you want to share some interesting facts, maybe you want to do some game, maybe you want to do something else. So it's really up to your own creativity.
I must say that we had exactly this evening yesterday, and you had, I would say, quite cool presentation. So can you tell us what was that?
Yeah, yesterday it was our international night here. And the Macedonian team, we actually made some play. We showed everyone some of our traditions that are different in our country. And the other teams actually played some quizzes, some games, so it was very fun. We had an interesting situation because we didn't discuss about the flag, and we brought five flags of our country. So I'd say it's a nice thing. If you can maybe uh, discuss this with your team before you go to your exchange.
Yeah, it's still better to have 5 flags than none of them, like because we forgot as a Polish team to bring one. Okay, so let's move to the next topic, which is necessary to mention. So traveling, and that make causes some doubts for you before attending this kind of mobility, which is all of those formalities like passports, visas, etc. That may be problematic. Have you experienced any kind of problems with these terms?
Yeah, I've definitely experienced a lot of problems. So it's actually not my first time trying to come to Poland. When I was accepted to another Erasmus, I actually tried to arrange everything by myself. And it was COVID time, and I actually almost got arrested in Oslo. So I'd say that you definitely need to talk with your team leader, and that's why I need to mention this. So when you get accepted to any Erasmus Plus project, you're not on your own. So you will have a team, and you'll have a team leader who is more experienced than you, who has been to some other Erasmuses and traveled by their own. And they will share some of their experience with you, and you will arrange everything as a team. You won't have to buy anything on your own.
Yes, exactly. And I'm glad that you mentioned the team leader, because this is like a person who is more experienced and helps to coordinate your mobility and helps with all of those stuff. If you have any doubts, any questions about it, he or she can help you with the issues. So yeah, don't worry about traveling. It's easy. Uh, so let's move next. And so far we were talking more about those concrete stuff like the passports or what to bring. And now let's go to more abstract topics. And I think that we should also prepare ourselves before, like mentally, like to have a proper mindset to come for this kind of mobility, to experience it fully. So Giuseppe, what can you tell us about it?
Oh, Rafael, that's a really nice question. Thank you for asking. I think, in my opinion, that the most important thing is to be open, because there are things that you can only put in the luggage, but there are also things you can have to hold in your mind. And you will have to interact with people from different cultures, and you have to be flexible, because things don't always go according to your planning. And you have to be curious, ask a question, try local food, learn the language, and stay positive. That's okay if things don't go as expected or how you planned. Um, this moment help you grow. There will be some times that you will feel tired, and you don't have to preoccupy that much. Good luck, and then enjoy your journey.
Yes, you're right. I totally agree. Like the mindset and being open is especially important. Uh, and I'm also, like you mentioned, English. And I guess that may be one of the most frightening thing if you are going for such a mobility for the first time. At least that was in my case, when I was afraid that I will maybe not be able to speak, because I had English at school, a lot of it. I got good grades, but still I didn't feel confident while whether I'll be able to understand other people from other countries with different backgrounds, different level of English. Mm, and yeah, it was worrying a lot for me at the beginning. So do you have any tips? Like, can you motivate maybe
Yeah,
our
Rafael.
listeners
Yeah,
about
yeah.
it?
I can empathize with this question really well, because it was one of my main preoccupation when I planned to trip, because my English level, I didn't know if it was on point. But once I came here, people were about the same age, the English level was fine. And I think if you are even considering moving abroad or planning a trip in a foreign country, maybe your English level is already quite enough. One of the things that I used to do to prepare for my to warm up my language skill was to watch movies in English and to also compensate the cultural shock. I recommend watch movies about the place where you will go. For example, if you will go to Italy, watch some Italian movies, I have a suggestion. It's Eat, Pray, Love, which is set in Naples and Rome. Or if you are planning to go to Spain, you can watch Vicky Cristina Barcelona, that is set in Barcelona. And you have to make things funny, so movie it's a great opportunity that
Yes, yes. In my case, I also, when I was trying to immerse more into English, then mostly watched my favorite TV series, especially if I had like a longer break from speaking English. And yeah, that helped me a lot. Like everything became more natural again, and it was much easier to think in English again. Uh, so let's go further to something maybe related. Because people are always sometimes afraid that they will not go to the group of people and they don't know anyone. Do you think it's a problem that going alone?
No,
for
not
such
at
type
all.
of
The
project?
program is designed to help people interact with each other. Also, you can contact your association and you can join WhatsApp groups or Facebook groups, so you can meet people and won't be alone.
Yes, usually there are the WhatsApp group that is created before, and we can get to know it a little bit before the mobility. But also, like from my experience, going totally alone, like without any friends. Okay, you can also invite a friend to go with you if there is such a possibility to feel better. But from my experience, it was even better to go alone because you were kind of forced to interact with other people and make new friends and talk with basically everyone. So that was actually even a feature, not a problem for me. But it depends on the person, basically. Mm, maybe any other recommendation from your side about how to prepare for the mobility?
Not really.
Not really. Fine. Fine. That means basically that you covered the topic already, and so that we are talking what we were supposed to talk about. Uh, oh, I know what else. You mentioned those cultural shocks that you can experience, and you should be open-minded about. Like before, have you experienced anything like particularly?
Yeah, of course, there are so many differences from Poland that I noticed and my country, which is Italy, and I'm from even a more cultural intense, stereotypical part of Italy, the southern part, where people are very loud and the rules are not always followed properly. Instead, in Poland, I noticed that you are very strict with rules. Also, the roads are clean, and that was kind of interesting for me.
It's always nice to hear some good things about your country. So thank you very much. Uh, okay, so let's move to the last but not least thing. So you may be also afraid that something really bad will happen and there will be a problem that will be really hard to solve. So maybe let's come back to Veronika. So what would you do in like if there is any emergency, like really emergency thing?
So this actually also happened to my national team this time, because our first flight was cancelled, and then after that we missed almost everything that we have planned. And when you first hear it, it sounds scary. But when you think about the fact that you're with a group where with many people, you realize that it's part of the story that you will tell, and it becomes not that scary. So every obstacle that you come by, you come together as a group. You have a team leader. You're stuck there together as a group, and I think it's the best part of these exchanges because you end up with a very nice story to tell people when you go back.
Oh yes, like problems creates memories, basically. I would only add that it's maybe just good to have like maybe an embassy and like the number from your embassy in the certain country that you are going to, or and phones to your local coordinator or your group leader, also a team leader. Because it may be helpful, and then I think that any problem will be a problem literally. Okay, guys, so maybe let's make a short summary. So remember to bring clothes accordingly. You will have an info pack whether you should bring something specific for such a mobility. You have a team leader that you can always ask extra questions, and that will be able to help you with basically any issue related to the travel. Prepare to be open-minded, to be that you will be exposed to the different cultures, maybe people from different religions, different customs. Don't be afraid of speaking English. It's like it won't be it won't be like a natural language, a native language for probably any of the participants, or maybe one, maybe two. Depends, of course, on the project. Uh, yeah, and basically, don't fear. Like any problem will not be a problem. You will for sure you will get great memories from this kind of activities. So thank you very much for the talk,
Thank you, Rafal.
and bye.
Bye.
See you soon in the next episode.
Thank you for joining us. Make sure to click follow and subscribe so you don't miss our next episode. And see you on Erasmus. Exchange Yourself project is co-funded by the European Union.